Raffles Design International. Knowledge is power, and imagination personified. Where you see problems, we see opportunities. Where you see limitations, we see exploration. When you don't know where you fit in, let's discover your world of possibilities. Our team of design professionals will provide you with the right tools for success. Get ready to design your future.
Okay, I hope time enough. So quick introduction to Raffles. Raffles Singapore was the first institute to be established back in 1990. Since then, over the last 30 years, Raffles has grown to be the largest private education group in Southeast Asia, with presence in around 12 countries. Now it's no longer limited to Southeast Asia. We've also gone up to Milan now. So we have a presence in Europe as well, where we are offering various courses. Raffles provides courses from higher education all the way to post-graduation. So you can do your bachelor's degree here, you can get diplomas, and you can even get post-graduation solutions like masters in design. In India, we started operations in year 2004. I happen to be fortunate enough to be associated with Raffles since 2005 onwards, and seen grow and a lot of students passing out. Since 2004, we have been operational here, and at present we are catering to more than 20,000 students across our 19 campuses, which spread from China to Indonesia, to India, of course, Riyadh, and Europe, which happens to be Milan now currently. So primarily the advantage that we get with Raffles is the global presence it has. So because of its presence in multiple locations around the world, the curriculum has to be designed in such a way that it's relevant to all of them. And in the end, it has to also bring all of them together under one umbrella, because the students could be going to any campus to study further. So the curriculum has been designed keeping the feedback from different campuses, different locations into mind. And then that's what makes it a little bit more global, a little bit more broader. Now, to deliver such a curriculum, you also need the faculty members who are equally exposed to that level of education. So that's the main USP of Raffles. Our curriculum is relevant to any location in the world. The lecturers, the faculty members that we have, they are also from different cultures, different countries, different backgrounds. So they also bring in a lot of their experience, their exposure to the table. And the way we try to deal with it within the delivery level is by keeping the class size small. So our class sizes are usually around 15 to 20 students, not more than 20. That helps in giving individual attention to the students and working with their ideas. So the lecturers can spend more time with them. Finally, there's a major area that it's normally missing in the education system, and that's the connect with the industry. That's what most of the education institutes today will try to achieve. And we have it in our curriculum by having the internship. So it helps us with a lot of collaborative opportunities in the industry itself, so that the students can get a lot of experience. The students get a lot of experience from what what industry has to offer, or what the current practices in the industry are. That's exactly what Raffles Advantage is. The curriculum, like I mentioned before, has been designed in such a way that it works on the core skills of the students. We start building with the knowledge and understanding of the student, and then we start working towards their intellectual skills. And finally, with internships and design studios and all, the students also get a lot of exposure that gives them a lot of employability skills. Now, when I talk about professional and employability skills, we are not really limited to India. Like I said, because the curriculum is global, the curriculum is truly international. Our students have been going and working at different global locations like Singapore, UK, US, a lot of the students have actually been working internationally as a freelancer as well. And I'm not saying if you're working remotely, students have been working on site as a freelancer, like going to the US or going to somewhere in the Middle East and working there as a freelancer full time with company, and then coming back and then exploring different locations. So what Raffles offered is three solutions to the student. Uh, these three solutions are spread over a period of 3 years. So if you're enrolling for a full-time Raffles course of 3 years, the first 6 months work towards your foundation and technical skills, and that comes under, we cover that under diploma. The next 1.5 year or 18 months of training goes both into the technical in-depth training as well as design studios. Now, design studios are generally referred to as research-based projects where the student explore all the areas of design that they've been learning formally, and and they start working towards providing a design solution. Uh, this, in a way, also starts building students' portfolio, which is quite handy when they are when they're applying for internships and industrial collaborations. Finally, third year, we don't do it here in Mumbai. The third year is done at Singapore or Milan. So these are the two locations where the students have an option to go and complete their third year degree. And that's where the students will go in and they'll explore further collaboratively with other students from other Raffles institutes who come into Singapore or Milan. They work with them, and the team at Raffles Singapore and Milan is they've got some vast experience, vast industry experience, and Singapore in itself it attracts a lot of student base. So that's where the students get exposure. So it's like a step development for the student, where the first 2 years they are learning the core skills, and the third year they go to Singapore or Milan and explore the possibilities there. From there on, the uh, the possibility for the students, they open up, because what you get in the end of 3 years is a BA honors from Coventry University, which is a UK based university. And if you want to do further studies, you can go further and explore. Even Raffles in-house also has a lot of master's option, post-graduation options, or else you can explore with other universities like in UK or US if you want to go further. A lot of our students, even after graduating from a college, go to Florence or to do their masters. Some of them have actually come back with great experience, and now they're a part of our team as well. So these are the level of possibilities that we have. The methodology that we use to deliver this curriculum is more hands-on. So you normally don't get a feel that you are studying in a traditional education system. You are more, you're getting more and more experience of how studios work. So studios work in a more collaborative way, where you're constantly working on things, on projects, that is, and then you're getting constant feedback from your lecturers who are there all the time. And the lecturers will have fashion design and fashion marketing departments. Elena Russo is a Romanian national. She has a master's degree in fact, she's an associate professor, so she has a PhD in fashion design. She's going to be on board right now. She's still in Romania, teaching remotely. She went back home and then couldn't come back. So she'll be coming back in as soon as the lockdown gets over. For now, she's helping our students remotely, like all of us are. Myself, I'm an Indian national myself, but I have a postgraduate diploma from University of Hertfordshire, UK. Jati Tan, my lecturer from visual communication, has a master's degree in visual communication from Middlesex University. Uh, these lecturers together bring a lot of international exposure and a lot of international experience to the table. The selection criteria that Raffles has also encourages the lecturers to have a lot of industry experience before they can start teaching. A minimum of 5 years of industry experience, a professional experience, or a minimum of 3 years of teaching experience before they can actually join in uh, as lecturers. So the other lecturers, you are reading their names: Kriti Vij, Shvetambari, Deepshikha Garg. They are all very, very experienced lecturers. They bring a lot of local experience to the team. Some of them have their own practices also. So they bring that industry connect directly into our classroom. They are adjunct lecturers. They are working with us for a long, long time. So they bring that industry experience to the table, and the students not only get the international exposure, but they also see how things are being functioning, or how things are done in our industry as well. So these are also sometimes instrumental in getting internships for a student, which is an integral part of our course. Talking about industry partners, here are some of the industry partners that we have. I got a very small list here for each discipline. Uh, the students at the end of 2 years, they do a 3 months full-time internship with the industry. Now, this could be within Mumbai or to any other remote location. The students are actually encouraged to travel to the internship locations and work as well. So these are some of the industry partners that we have. These partners have been associated with us at various positions, sometimes at industrial attachment or internship level, or sometimes at the placement level. So our students, they keep getting this information from us, connected with our students up to 6 months, 6 to 9 months of their graduation. We keep sending them all the info that's coming to us. Our CPD department, the professional development department, is constantly working with them to help them with jobs, to help them with freelance projects, to help them with further internships. Uh, and these are some of the companies. If I quickly take you to my website, rafflesmumbai.com. I hope you can see my website here. It quickly shows you all the locations that we have, but if you go to Homes tab and Partners, you can actually check out other industry partners that we have with respect to each discipline. So with fashion design, we have a few here listed here, and the list goes on. You can just click on the next link here. For fashion marketing, these companies, like I said, have been associated with us either at internship levels or at placement levels. So as and when the requirements are, these companies, they directly get in touch with us, and our Center for Professional Development department circulates it to the students. So feel free to go through this list. If you have any further queries about internships or regarding curriculums, you can also leave a message for our team to get back to you. I'll quickly wrap it up by saying that if you're looking for a truly international exposure while studying, Raffles is one of the options to look at. It's a private education institute, so the curriculum gets updated very, very frequently. Our curriculum gets updated every 3 years, and we try to make sure that it's very, very relevant to the current practices. The 2+1 structure, 2 years in India and 1 year in Singapore, also works best with the students who kind of are a little bit apprehensive of how they'll cope up with a new culture all of a sudden. So spending 2 years, they understand what Raffles culture is and how working with these mixed culture lecturers, they get a good semi-exposure before they are fully ready to lead an independent life in Singapore or Milan or by themselves. So that's also a very comforting factor for the students and the parents alike. That's it from my side. Thank you all for your patience. If you have any questions, do let me know. I believe Kashif, you can take over from here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Uttam. Thank you. Thanks for the whole bunch of informations. I'm sure the students will get the benefit out of this. As he said, that this is the main concern, basically, that students are actually looking to get international education, but still they are having fear that how they will survive into the international environment, to different companies, countries, and like an educational system, new educational system, new country and new environment, everything together is always more risky, more challenging. So it is better that you can start from here and then you can move on to the colleges. So similar all opportunity, we have selected the colleges into that format, those who are offering this kind of opportunities for the students. So now we'll move towards the next college. I'll invite Ms. Madhu to speak about ECOL. ECOL is a French institute, as we all know, right? In detail, Ms. Madhu will take over. Ms. Madhu, please.
Yeah, thanks for this opportunity. I represent Ecole Institute Lab. Like mentioned, we are a French design college. Greetings from Ecole Institute Lab. I will quickly start my presentation, take you all through that, and then we can have an interactive session post that. Is my screen visible? Yes, thank you. So very quickly to run through it, we have 4 campuses predominantly. Our main campus is in Paris. The other one is at Aix-en-Provence. Then we are in Mumbai, and we started this year in Kolkata. In Paris, we are there from 2020. What is very interesting is that Ecole Institute is a French pedagogy which has been designed by French professionals and academicians who came together, and they found a huge gap in what is practiced in the industry and what is taught in the academic area. So this program is actually a very unique pedagogy which is designed by them, considering all the things which are used in today's environment. Why should you consider Ecole Institute Lab? Like, we are talking to everyone, all the students today who are interested in global exposure in one way or the other. The fact is that we are part of a global world today, and the world has become a really small place. So it becomes very important for each of us student who's here to understand the global ways and pedagogy and to practice it, because then the sky is the limit. They can actually go anywhere in the world they want to, and geography is no longer going to be a constraint for them. That's one of the main reasons you would consider international campuses. Those who are giving exposure from India to you becomes more and more relevant here. Ecole Institute Lab is again one of those campuses. Very important is the fact that we specialize, our core programs are visual communication and digital design, game art and design, Bachelor of Fine Art, which we offer in Kolkata campus, which started this year, and a postgraduate program in design and digital communication. Now, it's very important to understand here that though I would say each of the design discipline has its own role to play, but visual communication is something which has been growing at a very drastic rate, and there is huge job opportunities as well as exposure opportunities in this area. Secondly, our program very strongly emphasizes on digital design. You've understood it, I think, during this pandemic time, how important digital design is. Everything you are doing today is on a digital interface, which is a very strong core program in Ecole Institute Lab. So that makes sure that you are progressive, you never get dated, and you are forever relevant. That is what our program aims for. Then our second program, which is game art and design, which we really take a huge pride in, because this program is made in collaboration with Ubisoft, and we offer huge opportunities again. If you want to check out the statistics of gaming industry, you'll realize it's one of the fastest growing industry, huge job opportunity, huge learning opportunity. And I guess it's one of the best things, because you get paid for having fun. I don't think you can ask for a better thing than that. So these are some of the things which we offer. Another postgrad program which we offer is design and digital communication, which is for any student who's done graduation. This program is available for them. It's an extremely popular program in Mumbai, and our students have done immensely well after undertaking this program. again, we come back to the point that we follow French pedagogy or the learning method. For all our undergrad program, French is a compulsory language which you will learn in all the years. Also, what you get awarded in our program is something called European credits. You get European credits, and that makes it possible at any point, if you ever want to transit to any international university all over the world, your credits are applicable. So we've had it in the past that some of our students have shifted to a program in US or Canada or Europe by using these European credits. So which I think is of extreme, during this time, if you're restrained and you cannot travel, it's one of these things which you should consider, whether you're getting American credits or European credits in your program, because by far these are the most popular credits methodology across the world. There's something to make a program truly global. What we offer is a Paris trip for 2 weeks. This trip is basically it's a study trip where you get to visit both our campuses, Paris and Aix-en-Provence, and you get to do workshops there. You get to understand the global culture. You get to learn a lot in this process, and also, of course, it's a team building exercise. And most of our kids who pass out, one of the most memorable trip or the journey would be the Paris and Aix-en-Provence experience. International workshops. Now, this is something which we are particularly proud of, because this is offered across our campuses, all 4 campuses of ours, where we get international artists or graphic designers from all over the world to come to our campus and spend time with our students and teach them. Now, this is an extremely enriching exercise where you don't even leave your city and you're still getting a chance to experience a global workshop at your hometown. These workshops have had some very, very popular people visiting India who are very well known abroad, whether it's in gaming or it's in visual communication, something we are immensely proud of. From this year, we are weaving in something called international master classes also in our program, which will make possible for our students to virtually attend these sessions along with the regular sessions with any of the artists abroad. This is again a very, very immense exposure which will value add to the curriculum. We offer something called semester exchange to France, which can be to the Paris or Aix-en-Provence campus. So that's again a huge opportunity. That's again a huge opportunity, and it's really interesting because one entire semester you can choose to spend in a country you really want to study in, and the curriculum and pedagogy is the same, so the student doesn't go through a lot of attempt in kind of settling down to a new platform or structure. It's just about adapting to a new culture, new ideology, which is very interesting. Again, a very, very fulfilling experience. Most of them had really, really positive information to share after that. We have a professional visiting faculty network. We have almost 160 to 180 professionals who are attached to our campus, and they all are professionals. Like my personal journey started with Equal Institute Lab 8 years back, where I joined the campus again as a visiting faculty, because I had prior to that had 12 years of experience of working in the graphic design industry, and I'd done my master's from London College of Communication. Similarly, most of my colleagues in the campus, in the Mumbai campus, Kolkata campus, and Paris campus, all of them have had global exposure. If you pick up their topics which they specialize in, most of them have studied abroad and come back. They are from Parsons, Pratt, Parson. You will go to Rhode Island Design School. Then some of them are architects. So extremely good blend of professionals who are also aware of global pedagogy, and they get it in the program to India. Then we have a very, very important core to our program, which is internships. Now we have 2 internships in our program, which are available for students. One internship is going to be after second year, and the other internship is after third year. All of these internships give you an idea of global exposure, and it prepares you for what happens at the ground level in the industry, because academic learning can help you so far in a creative industry. What is actually relevant is what you learn at ground level. So we've had most of our students after second year, most of them for a short internship tend to work in their cities, or sometimes they even would opt to go to Bangalore, because which is more prominently known for IT industries. But for a long internship, which is after third year, most of our students opt to go for an international internship. We've had students going to Paris, we've had students going to New York, to Sydney, to Tokyo, to South American countries, to Mexico, and there's a wide exposure which they gain out there. A lot of them, after even completing their program, have gone back to these countries, and they have pursued full-time employment there. Now, these are very enriching opportunities, because you get to apply from India to all these different agencies which excel in the kind of work they are doing. And what's interesting is wherever you get a call from, the campus assists you with the visa as much as possible. We will help you with your paperwork, all of that. So your process of global internship is very smooth. And this is where I think this is one of the unique features which I realized is a make or break point for students, because a lot of them, even if they are not opting for an international internship, they work for MNCs or really big design studios in Mumbai and India. Like, for example, quite a few of our students work with Landor, they work with Fitch, they work with Open Strategy, Thought Over Design, Please See, Animal. Then there are some agencies in Bangalore which are very known in IT space, these kind of setups. So what my personal experience has been is that this really helps in carving their career and personality along with their work profile, of course, is because they pick up a lot from the culture of these design agencies. Wherever they're spending time in makes them more holistic and productive as designers, because academic viewpoint or what you learn in campus, even if you're learning from all the professionals, is not going to be as particular when you're working with the industry. You're working within a timeline, so it becomes very, very particular and important for you to operate within that. So I think this is a huge learning experience for all our students. Most of our students have, if you'll have a look at a portfolio, which I'll be sharing soon, as you see, they have a very interesting work, which is very global in flavor. So these are some of the assignments which we've done from Mumbai, but if you can see, it's very playful. It's from a VC portfolio. There are a lot of isms are, which is the art movements are integrated very playfully in a design format. This is very interesting because you don't have to study history of art in a very static and boring manner. You can make it very, very dynamic, and you can have a lot of fun doing that. And this displays our first year students' work, and you can see a lot of energy and diversity in play. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's done by a recent graduate. She's currently she's doing her internship virtually with one of the studios in Mexico. What I really like about this piece is the packaging is with the graphic she's created, and she's taken it onto the packaging can. Extremely exciting, and she's one of the students who's done really, really well. Now, these are some of the things which are very interesting. Is if you reach out to us, we can actually get you to interact with our students one-to-one to understand the journey which these students have. because they add a lot, they add a lot of their own perspective and make the conversation far more dynamic. These are some of the posters which were done by a student. This went ahead and won the award at the World Poster Competition. Again, very important. These are some of the things I'm sharing because you understand that the quality of work which is produced is of absolutely global level. And these students are post that it adds to their portfolio, also makes them explore bigger opportunities abroad. This is again one of the particular pieces which has been really, really popular. It's been done by one of our students from Paris, which actually is a storyboarding and illustration. And you can see that it's a piece of, it can go to a piece of storytelling piece like a comic strip or even towards animation. Extremely unique style. And thank you so much for listening to me. This was a very, very short presentation about my campus. This was a bit about, it was a little trailer or a glimpse about what Ecole Institute Lab is actually about. You could reach out to us for more information, and I can promise that you'll not be disappointed. So all of you are welcome. If you want to reach out and connect with us, please do so. We have 2 campuses in India, one in Mumbai and one in Kolkata.
I'm sure we will not be disappointed. Thank you very much, Madhuji.
Thank you. Yeah.
For your brief presentation and the information you have shared with the students. Miss Dhruti is here or not? She hasn't joined.
Miss, I don't think Dhruti would be there. I think Ziana, are you there? So,
okay. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Generally, Dhruti, when these kind of situations, Dhruti would like to add something into that. I thought maybe I just to ask before I move to the next speaker.
So very quickly, I think I will just add on to the admissions details and all. I will just kind of mention what they would mention is the fact that admissions are open till this month end.
Pankaj here.
Yeah, Pankaj, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I please address it? Actually,
yes.
Ziana is not
Thank you.
Yeah. So I didn't listen to the question. Can you please pardon?
So, please.
So I mean. Sorry, Pankaj, just add on to the admission and marketing bit. I completed the academic presentation.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah. So basically, the procedure is very simple to go through the admission. So first, a student need to go on online website and fill out the application form. Once the application form is filled, we have one online entrance test and Zoom interview. And once that is done, then student can reserve a seat by paying a registration amount. That is the basic procedure we follow. So here we have, as ma'am has described about the 2 courses, I'll just put a highlight on fee structure. Fee structure for visual communication is a 5 lakh plus GST per annum. And for game design course is a 4 lakh plus GST per annum.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pankaj.
Thank you.
So now we'll move to our next college, Explora Institute of Design and Technology. Sunina Shastri is with us. So please enlighten us.
So good evening, everyone, and thank you, Kashif and Sailesh Bhai, both very close to our hearts because we all operate from the same city, India's first heritage city of Ahmedabad. Also, thank you, and interesting to understand about Raffles and Ecole Institute. Let me start my presentation. So good evening, everyone. I am Ninad Shastri, and I'm one of the founding directors of Explora School of Design and Technology. Before we ventured and partnered with IIT Kanpur for the technology side of the process, we were known as Explora Design School. Started off in 1999, and we are one of India's largest digital media design and emerging tech education organization. Probably after NID, we are one of the oldest in this field. We are also public-private partners with National Institute of Design. and internationally, we are partners with Red River College in Canada and City of Glasgow College in UK. Today's presentation is very interesting because we are talking to Indian design aspiring students as to how can they make a global career for themselves, and that is going to be the focus of my presentation today. But before I move on, giving you a brief about Explora, as I said, we are a 22-year-old organization. In the last 21 years, probably one of the biggest achievements of Explora is that we have trained and provided meaningful career opportunities to more than 1 lakh students. And for that, we have partnerships with more than 1,350 organizations, design studios, gaming studios, and companies across the country. And we received 2 national awards for the same. Talking about our team of experts who are connected to Explora, we have people from across the world. Very, very fortunate to be very closely connected to National Institute of Design since 2009. Some of the very senior people from NID are on board of Explora. We have very senior people from the Institute of Management on board of Explora. We have people from Mudra, Institute of Communications, MICA, also working with us, people from Harvard University, CalArts, and many other organizations from across the world. And these are very, very senior people who are not just on the board of Explora, but they regularly work with the students to ensure that we are able to provide with them a truly global design education that is possible. We have 5 campuses across India. We have our corporate campus in Ahmedabad. We have 2 campuses in Mumbai. We have 1 in Delhi, Gurgaon, and 1 in Ludhiana. These are some of the international masters from across the world who teach at Explora physically and virtually both. And that truly brings in the global design education understanding and the quality of education that we are talking about. Though India has always been phenomenally strong in design, right? We are probably one of the oldest surviving civilizations, right? And we have grown and come to here so far, right? Because of the culture, the people, the history, right? And that is what design is all about. And we put a lot of emphasis on one line, which is local practices, which is global best practices in the local cultural centric environment. Talking about our partnerships with NID, it was forged in 2009 as a part of Chitrakatha, which is the biannual international animation festival that NID organizes, and Explora has been connected with that since then. The next Chitrakatha would be happening in 2021, which is next year. Through this partnership, we also get a lot of senior faculty members and very, very accomplished senior alumnus from NID to work full-time with Explora at all our campuses. The methodology that we follow, the education process that we follow is the same, which is the master and apprenticeship model. Where there you have maximum 20 students in a program in a year, which is headed by 4 master faculties, right? 4 master faculties. And it is a very, very intensive learning process that goes on. It's a full-time learning process. We have Professor Dashar, who's also a master's graduate from NID. We have Professor Istia Kadri, a 1992 master's graduate from NID, a very accomplished graphic designer. We focus majorly on visual communication design or digital media design, which entails graphic design, animation, visual effects, game design, where we do UI, UX, and mobile app design and film and photography. Over the years, the students also have the opportunity of organizing national level events, right, which would have design students and design professionals and masters from across the country and across the world participating. Right? So not just you training to becoming designers, but you collaborating and creating a network for yourself in the design fraternity, which is also very, very important, and cutting edge technologies being brought in. Currently, students are working big time into AR, VR, and XR and MR. Before I come into the programs, I would like to share with you a very interesting video that talks about the teaching methodology at Explora. Uh, so it's a very, very hands-on learning process with the faculties, right, where the students are learning the nuances of design. I will run you through this whole video because I don't want to take off a lot of time. So whether it is graphic design, whether it is animation or visual effects or web or UI UX, at the end we are designing it for people. It has to come from life, and it's a very, very life learning and experimenting process. Uh, He is Professor Shekhar Mukherjee. He was earlier the head of animation at NID Ahmedabad, currently the director of NID Vijayawada. And he basically mentors students in the field of animation and animation storytelling, experimental animation. He is Professor Sundar Malingam, a very, very senior professional in the field of 3D animation and AR, VR. So that's the kind of intensive education process that we deal at Explora. Let me show you a very interesting experimental animation film that was created for the government of Gujarat when it applied for the heritage status for Ahmedabad. And this film uses live action, it uses 2D animation, it uses 3D animation, it uses sand animation, it uses paper animation. Right? So from the artwork to animation to sound design to film production, everything was done by Explora students under the guidance of 2 senior faculty members from Explora. And now it transforms into a 3D film with 2D interface. And this film is currently being used by Government of India, and it also had a special award at the Chitrakatha Animation Festival at NID. Coming to the core 4 programs that I wish to present to you today, 3 of them are international pathway programs. We believe that when a student is looking for international design education, the journey starts from your home country, which is India, and you start to learn about digital media design or visual communication design inside the own environment with your own people in your own culture, but eventually graduate to our partner institutions in Canada and in UK. So the first program is a 2 years international pathway program with our partners at Raffles College in Canada. This is India's first and only government partnership pathway program in the country in this field. It's a 2-year program. First year you study in India. Second year you would study at Red River College in Canada. Finishing your 2 years of education, you get an opportunity for 3 years of work permit after you finish your education in Canada. And while you're working after 1 year of full-time work, you also have the opportunity to apply for PR in Canada under the state-sponsored program and take an opportunity to settle in Canada. The second, there are 2 programs that we offer, which is in UK. It's also a very huge market when it comes to visual communication design. It is with City of Glasgow College. There are 2 separate programs. One is in graphic design and second is in 3D animation. And it is a bachelor's degree program where the first year you start your program. And this program is actually as per the Scottish Qualifying Authority process. So the first year of the program, you do it in India. And in the next 2 years, you will study in UK, followed again by work permit and the opportunity to even settle there. And the third program that I wish to share with you is a very unique 4 years honors dual degree program, a national and an international degree. And also this is India's first multi-city design program where all 4 years you have the opportunity to study at 4 different campuses of Explora, thereby exploring different cities, culture, people, environment, and really growing as a design professional. And once you finish your honors degree, you also have the opportunity of 1 year of integrated masters, either in Canada or in UK. So the first program that I shared was the 2 years international pathway program with Red River College. So Red River College is the largest institution of Manitoba State of Canada. It's a government-run and funded institution. It's a 75-year-old organization, and students from 60+ countries come and study here every year. In India, we take 20 students in a year in the first year. They finish the first year here, go for their second year to Red River College in Canada, finish their second year of education, and then, as I shared, get work permit, work in the industry there. Canada being the world's largest market when it comes to digital media design, humongous amount of opportunity for our students. This is the process, as I have already explained to you, which is your progress. This is what you study over the 2 years, and very interesting is that the first year you will study all the core 4 areas of visual communication design, which is graphics, animation, web, film, and photography. And then when you go for your second year to Canada, your term 3 is your specialization. You're offered these 9 specializations. You specialize in any 2, and then you have internship with the industry there, followed by super specialization, and then you join the Canadian industry. And this is how the progress of our students happen, where the first year you study in India, second year in Canada, and then work permit, and then PR. The second opportunity, so that opportunity was in Canada. The second opportunity is in UK, which is between Explora and City of Glasgow College. This is City of Glasgow College. Glasgow is the capital of Scotland. And City of Glasgow College is ranked number 2 in UK and number 1 in Scotland. It's again a government-run and funded institution. And you do the first year in India at Explora, second year at City of Glasgow College, and third year you have the opportunity to study at any of these 4 universities and finish your bachelor's degree, followed by your work visa, and eventually you get to settle there. So if a student is not very clear as to what area of specific specialization they want to take on, then we generally suggest them to take on digital media design, because then eventually you get to study the complete gamut of visual communication and then choose your specialization and super specialization. And if the student is very clear that they want to focus on animation, visual effects, and game design, then they take up a program which is specific to that. So we have both these opportunities in UK. And this is what you study in this program over the 3 years. And this is your progress timeline again. First year at Explora in India, second year at City of Glasgow College, third year with any of the 4 partner universities, and then your work visa, and then the process of settling. Very honestly speaking, probably more than 90% of Explora students in these programs we have been running since 2014. So this is the 7th intake for the program, and very proud to say that since last 3 years, Explora students have been topping the class and passing with honors. And also, we have had a 100% success ratio. It's a phenomenal run for Explora students. These are Explora students who have had their international opportunities in Canada and UK. The third opportunity which I shared with you was the dual degree program, which is in partnership with Lincoln University College. It's, as I said, it's probably the first multi-city design program where year one you start in your home city or the nearest campus of your home city. Second year, you get to choose where you wish to go in the Explora campus. Same for the third year. Fourth year, you're back to your home city, or you can finish at any of our campuses, and then eventually go for your master's. You don't need to, the master's is not mandatory. Even moving across the cities is not mandatory. These are all the opportunities provided to the students, right, as per their convenience and as per their aspiration. This is what the program provides: two degrees. One is BCA Design, which is an Indian degree, and BA Honors in Creative Multimedia Technology, which is an international degree, with these many specializations available to you in year second and year three. Because it is an honors degree program, we also encourage students to take on research and thesis writing, which is your last project, which also brings you to not just be a really good design professional, but also be a design thinker, which is very, very important that we feel. And I'm sure everyone who's connected to design feels that the ability to think design is first before we move on to the skills. These are the 5 campuses that we have across India, which is Ahmedabad, Ludhiana, Mumbai. We have 2, Andheri and Vile-Parle, and Delhi Gurgaon. This is my email and the Explora web address. So please feel free to visit our website, get more information for these programs. The admission and the selection process is very, very simple. It's just application into the program with your academic documents, your prior portfolio, and an SOP as to why you would wish to come into this program. These are vetted at Indian campus as well as our international partner campuses, and then a conditional offer is provided to the students. And then if you're provided with that offer, then you can take on the admission. So just summing it up, the idea is that we want to provide international design education to students starting in India, taking them to the 2 best places in the field of design, which is digital media design, which is Canada and UK. Finishing your programs there, have the opportunity to work full-time with some of the top organizations in Canada and UK. And if you wish to settle there or come back to India and start to seek career for yourself, we have a very, very accomplished placement department at the Ahmedabad head office, which takes care of placements of students, not just the first placement, but you'll be happy to know that we basically do a career track program for students for 10 years, right? So we track their career progress, and wherever they need to probably move on to the next level of organization or seek a change, that is centrally provided from the placement department of Explora. So that's been the interesting journey in terms of design education that we've had since last 22 years. And I would like to take this opportunity to invite and all the students who have joined today to explore the opportunities that you can have in your design career with Explora, and also take this opportunity to thank Sailesh Bhai and Kashif for organizing such an innovative platform so that we are able to connect with students relevant to things that we are offering, and if we are able to contribute something in your design careers. So thank you very much, both of you.
Thank you very much, sir. Actually, this is what actually I was also observing, that we have the students who are consistently being listening to all the people generally in this kind of platform. We have seen that students do come and then they leave the platforms. So if you go for this kind of 2 hours program, Students generally at the end of the session, we have for the last speaker, we generally have
काकाला OTP पाहिजे म्हणे.
students.
काकाला OTP पाहिजे, पैसे देतो, माझंच आहे.
Are actually
This is also a new constant, Kashif, when we do online. But yeah, that is what we learned from this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now we have the team from VID. Dr. Aparna is here. She is the trustee and executive director. We have Mr. Robert Burton, who is he's the head of the department from Decide University. We have Mr. Ratan, who is director of VID, and we have Mr. Anand. He is heading the marketing department. He's also over here with us. So we welcome all of you, and we request you to kindly start your presentation. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, very much, ma'am.
Yeah. Arun, can you share the screen? Arun?
Yeah, I'm there. One second.
Yeah.
Ma'am, please. Yeah.
So Vishwaniketan, in partnership with Teesside University, UK, offers the 4-year BA Honours in Design undergraduate program. So about Vishwaniketan, let me brief you. So Vishwaniketan is basically a non-profit trust established by a group of academician and industry professionals. Basically, the initiative was to offer industry-based courses and to promote research among our students in India, so that students are employable and also establish their own startups. See, most of the trustees are from the industry, and we basically know the gaps, and therefore we have started this institutions at our campuses to bridge these kinds of gaps. So in 2013, we have established the engineering college, which is affiliated to Mumbai University. In 2016, we started the architecture college. And in 2019 is what we have established the design school in partnership with Teesside University, UK. So we are located at Khalapur near the Mumbai-Pune Express Highway. So we have a lush green 20-acre campus surrounded by a lot of mountains and the Patal Ganga River, which flows behind. The basic USP at Vishwaniketan is we teach under the project-based learning method, which is basically the hands-on training method. We also have collaborated with 14 foreign universities for the internship program, where students every year in the month of June, they go for 45 days to these universities. And basically, the purpose of this is to get the international exposure, work on high-end research projects, come back here and either get into writing a research paper. We've also set up an incubation center at the campus where we are promoting students to have their startups, right from helping them to prepare a business plan, or the trustees, we also do part funding for it. The whole purpose of education at the Vishwaniketan campus, all of you will realize it's a multidisciplinary approach, because we have an engineering school, we have an architecture school, and now we have a design school. The students who study here at the design school are going to do multidisciplinary projects, get the hands-on experience, and which will of course be useful to all of you all for your jobs, or in case most of you who have their own do freelance work or set up your own ventures. So that's the basic idea at Vishwaniketan. Now can I request Ratan to take on? Ratan, Director of Vishwaniketan School of Design. Yeah,
hello, thank you, Aparna. Yeah. So if you go to the next slide. Yeah. So the design school was established with under the guidance of Professor Sudhakar Natkarni, who was the founder of IDC at IIT Mumbai. Along with him, Professor Buffett and Professor Ravi Puvaya have been involved in the establishment of this school. We also have Dr. Ajanta Sen and a few industry professionals. These are all famous alumni from both NID and IDC, who have been involved in setting up the school. Along with we have academic partnership with Teesside University. Next slide, please, Arun. In partnership with Teesside University, we are offering 5 programs. I think the screen sharing has gone off. 1 second, I'll just share my screen.
Admin, please check. I think Mr. Arun is here.
I don't know if Arun is there. I'm sharing it from my side.
No problem.
Okay, so in partnership with Teesside University, we are offering 5 disciplines, design disciplines. The first one is product design. We are also offering graphic design and illustration, interior architecture and design, computer games design, and fashion with textiles. So now the pattern that we follow at Vishwaniketan is it's a fully residential program with a hostel in the campus next to the campus. The first year is a common foundation course, followed by which students decide their specializations and go into their respective specializations. The fourth year of the program, students go to UK at Teesside University, and that's where they get their graduation from. With that, I would like to invite Rob Burton, who's also here from Teesside University, to introduce himself and about the program. Rob, over to you.
Thank you, Rata. Can you hear me? Yep.
Yes.
I hope so. Try to speak video. Lucky enough, I haven't. The university make me travel second class. But if you've been on a Dreamliner, then you'll have sat in the seat designed by one of our graduates, John Barrett, who's the CEO and president of Teague in America, the biggest design agencies in the UK. Now, some of these are some of our most notable graduates. At the moment, I've just lost my cursor. But we have graduates who are working for Twitter and internationally all over the world. So the students can be expected to be exposed to professional design throughout all the courses, throughout graphic design. So graphic design and illustration. Students going to branding, advertising, illustration, working in the industry, fashion. We've got international graduates who are working in trends, in predictions, in fashion design itself. So what's it like to be a student at Teesside, an international student at Teesside? And I'm going to, again, share my screen. Give me a second. And show you a very short video about our international students. And, you should be able to see this. So I'm Associate Dean at Neame School of Art and Design at Teesside University. And as a student at VID and at Teesside University, you are no different to the students that are studying at Teesside. What we're planning to do is to join lectures. We've learnt so much over, well, we're all on Zoom here, video conferencing. So we're going to present lectures. They're going to engage with our students. And students studying graphic design and illustration, product design, fashion with textiles, and interior architecture at VID, you are Teesside University students. And yeah, they are studying not only the same courses, but engage with Teesside. I'm gonna I don't know how much time I've got, because but I'll pass you back to Rata just to see if he wants to add anything to that. Thank you very much, and it's good to be here today. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thanks, Rob, for giving an introduction to to Teesside. So, in addition to the courses offered by Teesside, at Vishwaniketan, we also do a few courses which are relevant to the Indian context, as well as we have also a few initiatives going on at the engineering school in which the design students also get an exposure. Like, for example, our second year design students are getting exposed to a business modeling course which is being run at the engineering school, which is uh, uh, so, uh, uh, and the other biggest advantage we have is we are close to both Mumbai and Pune, and we get a lot of good faculty from both these cities. So overall, this partnership with Teesside and Vishwaniketan is will really support your design education and career. With that, I hand it back to Dr. Aparna for closing comments.
So the process for applying will be, you'll have to log on. Students interested will have to log on to our website, fill in the online application form, after which we will be conducting an online test and an online interview through Zoom or Google Meet will be organized. And then you could register by paying the enrollment fee. So all the details will be shared with you. So I think this was a very nice opportunity by Mr. Sailesh and Mr. Kashif. I should thank them. A very innovative idea. And as every crisis is an opportunity, and I think you guys have really made an opportunity out of this crisis. So this has been a good platform for all of us as students, as parents, and we as educators to connect. And of course, we will be there open for the Q&A session after this. If anybody has any questions, we will all be there to answer them. Thank you all once again for the time given and the opportunity given to us.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aparna. It is really, your appreciation is means a lot to us. Definitely, we were thinking that in this situation, when the student has started their session with a dream that they wanted to land up somewhere in abroad, somewhere into their dream institutions, and they're now into the situation, they are not having any opportunity. So it is very good that there are institutions available in India those who can still give them good opportunity to study. And this is for the future also. Now the new education policy is also introduced, and I'm sure that a lot of international universities and education system will improve after this overall process. So I'm sure there is a lot of new opportunities going to come in, and the overall environment is going to change. So I wish all the best to all the students that they have listened so sincerely, and they have learned. I'm sure they will get the benefit out of it. This is the time where you can ask the questions. Our all dignitaries are now on with their cameras. So anybody who is having any questions, any queries, anything you want to know more about, any more information, Pallavi ma'am, please check that if somebody wants to raise finger, they can unmute themselves.
Okay, sir.
students are generally in this platform also, they are somewhere stringent that they are not asking questions very openly, but we'll appreciate that if you can ask your questions frankly.
As an educator, I think that we have experienced, all of us we have experienced this. If anybody would like to probably ask a question by writing in the chat, that's also completely okay.
Yes.
You can write in the chat and we can still answer your questions, please. I generally have